Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bloody Good Horror. My name's Eric, and I'll be your host for this evening, where we will be reviewing Day Shift, not to be confused with Night Shift or R.I.P.D., which is all I could think about when I was watching this movie. It stars Jamie Foxx. It's on Netflix. You won't believe it when we tell you about it, so stay tuned for that. Joining me tonight, first up from Richmond, Virginia, please welcome Caitlin to the show.
Hello.
Next up from Indiana, please welcome Mr. Casey.
Hello.
And last up tonight from Manhattan, New York City. That's how important he is. Please welcome John Schnars to the show.
It's not. There's just regular people in Manhattan. Actually, it turns out.
Hard disagree. I've been thinking about you up there a lot, Schnars, or down there a lot, because I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Everything
well,
I know,
Netflix.
Everything I know about New York City, I learned from a combination of Seinfeld and now Sex and the City, because I've been watching that. That's all
By
I know.
yourself?
No, not by myself.
It's like, good lord.
Are you okay, buddy? Do
Call
you
like
need
a
help?
Are you at the part where Carrie is like a really bad person? Just kidding.
It's
like
every
the whole thing.
episode. Yeah. It's an
She
infuriating show, but it's fascinating. Yeah, I don't know. Monkeypox. Do you know anyone yet? Monkeypox, John?
I'm pretty sure I fucking had it. I had it like all over my chest this week.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
lord.
Don't start with me, Schnars. I know.
I don't want to get into it but I don't think you have monkeypox.
John, just to be safe,
I'm
gonna
deep on monkeypox TikTok, so I listen to a lot of epidemiologists on there, bro.
John,
Yeah,
just to
alright.
be safe, I'm gonna need you to just do a full body check every day and then tell me about it, okay? Sound cool?
With the documentation.
I'm doing a full body check every day. Don't worry
That's
about
good.
it.
That's good. I like to hear that. Self-care. All right, everyone, let's do it. Let's jump in and review A Day Shift.
This is it, Senator. Your big break in TV. From the prime time. Main feature.
To be fair, it's Day Shift, not A Day Shift. That was just an affect that I put on, John. Just want to make sure you
Day shift.
Yes.
Humana day shift.
It's a Day Shift. John, please bring us the word of the
Oh
day.
boy. Eric, today's word is syndicate. That's SYNDICATE. There's a bunch of definitions for syndicate or syndicate. There's a verb, syndicate. I'm not even going to get into that. Syndicate, what I care about here, a group of individuals or organizations combined to promote some common interest. Syndicate. Yes, it's a syndicate. I see there's texting going on. I'm not going to look at it until after I finish the word of the day here.
Talking
Comes to
about
us from the Latin.
Talking about how cute your hair looks tonight.
Syndicus.
Uh-huh.
Which was a delegate of a corporation. It's
Love it.
syndicate. I guess we could discuss whether there are actually two syndicates in this film. I was starting with the Union, which is the name of the vampire killing organization that Jamie Foxx has been thrown out of and then is trying to get back into in this film. There's also the vampires they are hunting, which are, I don't know, what exactly they're trying to do is not 100% clear. They're taking over the San Fernando Valley. Maybe there's like deep metaphor here that we are missing out on, but I kind of doubt it.
Someone put an enormous amount of thought into the vampire stuff in this movies, and it does not translate at all.
Well, yeah, we'll talk. Let's get into it. Like put a pin in that because I both agree and disagree.
Tell me about the movie.
The movie? You want to know about the movie?
Eric, or which one of you is Eric? John, tell me about the budget for this movie.
Well, all right. I actually wanted to come to that later. So
Okay.
Only because this movie's on. Let's start with this. This movie's on Netflix, as Eric mentioned. It is part of a like fairly substantial shift in Netflix strategy where they are, doing more of these big budget movies. So we watched what the hell was it called? Like Army of the Dead. Like that was sort of part of it. Like they're making fewer. Well, I don't know about like exactly where they are in this plan, but sort of what they've discussed is they want to try to make more tentpoles. Like they're trying to compete with some of the theatrical. So like I don't know. Did you all watch The Gray Man?
I just watched it last night, actually.
I watched The Gray Man too. So Gray Man was like that's like the pinnacle right now. They spent about $200 million making that movie. It's a Ryan Gosling like action espionage thing. I don't know, Casey. Like, it's not great, but there are a couple scenes in that movie that are really, really good.
It's pretty fun.
Well, it's directed by that movie is directed by the guys who did the Avengers movie, the Russo brothers. They did both of these. So sort of the way they market it is like, look, we gave the Russo brothers $200 million, and Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans and Ana de Armas and all that, and like. And so there's a lot there. And so like this is so to Caitlin, your question, this was $100 million, this film, which is crazy. And I was actually thinking back, and I didn't get a chance to research this before, but like we watched and I think all really enjoyed Vampires versus the Bronx, or what was it? Was that what that movie was called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a Netflix original as well, right? Like that I would guess they spent original, like $10 million in that movie max.
$100 million is so much.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Much.
But like there's been this like pretty. I mean the broader narrative around like where films have gone is like there's a lot of movies being made for $100+ million, and then there's a bunch of movies being made for like 10 and less, and there's like very little in between. And Netflix had like kind of stayed out of that game and was making all these like weird mid-budget movies that I don't think were necessarily performing as much. And so now this is like them saying like, all right, like we can try to play that game. The director here is a guy named J.J. Perry. This is his first ever film. Though he is, if you look at his IMDb credits, he has been the stunt director / coordinator on like every good action / fighting movie you've like seen in the last 20 years. So like all the John Wick films, Warrior, the Fast and the Furious series, like he's kind of like anything that had like very wild stunt sequences, and especially like fight stuff he was involved with. And it's how they marketed this movie. I didn't know anything about this movie. I don't know if you guys had seen. I did get the trailer. You know when you like go on Netflix and they like start playing the trailer when you're like scrolling around? It's the title card of the trailer is basically like from the guys who taught John Wick how to fight. And
I mean, it's such a there's so much John Wick in it that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
No, totally. So yeah, I mean, so this guy J.J. Perry, there's two screenwriters, one of whom this is his first credit. The other one has like 12 credits, but they're all from like the last 3 years, including Army of the Dead, another movie called Army of Thieves, which I think was a Netflix thing. So, he's done he's had a lot of stuff made recently, but he's still pretty new to the game. As Eric mentioned, Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, there's some other people, Megan Good, this woman Carla Souza, who I was not like familiar with, but has done a bunch of television stuff. Jamie Foxx plays a vampire hunter who is estranged from his wife, played by Megan Good. They have a 10-year-old, and he's like, I'm not 100% sure how we're supposed to feel about him. Like he's definitely presented as like good dad. Like,
he's got Robin. This is what it is. It's Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. He's like lovable and he loves his kids, but he just can't get it right, John. He just keeps screwing up.
That's a very good comp. Congrats. That's very nice. Yeah, I mean, I actually think he's like doing a better job than Robin Williams is in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Wow, hot take. I like it.
But he is like Robin Williams in that movie, like marginally employed because he's been thrown out of this vampire hunting.
Well, the thing about that movie in hindsight, not to get off on a tangent here, is like literally Robin Williams just has ADD and needs somebody to help support him. Like he's just kind of forgetful. Like,
I love Mrs. Doubtfire. So
it's an amazing movie.
But yeah, so Jamie Foxx, he's been kicked out of the union because he's like too aggressive at killing vampires or something. Like
So stupid.
he's
Rogue.
yeah, he just like does whatever he wants, but is like amazing at killing vampires. So instead, his job, he like drives around as a pool cleaner, but his real job is he like kills vampires and then like sells their teeth on
like
the black
on the
market because
black
that is
market.
like a thing that people
Vampire teeth are like the thing in this movie because what they
But
say
you get more money
they
if you
tell
sell them
us-
to the guild.
they tell
yes,
us
that's true.
they tell us at some point that all of the vampires like powers lie in their teeth.
It's like
Well,
how
yeah.
they feed. There's a little spiel about it. There's a little exposition. Like
That it's like the
There's-
source of all their power, and so like if you remove their teeth, they can't regenerate their body or something as well. It's said at some point.
Well, they definitely can't like eat without the teeth. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot. They took the vampire lore that existed and they were like, not enough. So,
Yeah, what if there's way more of this?
yeah, I had some questions about that when we get
Oh.
into it.
I've got theories on that too.
But yeah, I mean, like, all right, so that's the setup. His wife tells him he needs to come up with $10,000, which like,
Five, right?
well, it was
Five for school and then five for braces.
5 for the braces.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how much you make as a vampire hunter, but like, seems like that should be achievable for him.
I mean, I don't
and it is
have
not.
$10,000 laying around, John. I have
I
a
mean,
regular job.
I don't like. It's like if I had to like come up with it in a week, I guess it'd be like a problem. But
Well, I mean, you got to be in the guild too, because the first guy he went to on the black market was only going to give him like $800
well,
for four of them.
you squeezing him for sure. What's his
Yeah.
name? Stormare. What's the guy's last
Peter-
name?
Peter Stormare.
Peter-
Peters, yeah.
I love that dude.
And so then, like, the other thing that's happening is there's this vampire lady played by Carla Souza. We don't get like a ton of background on her other than she's like running a real estate empire very ruthlessly. She's
real mean.
she's very mean. The thing that there's a couple moments in this movie, specifically things that she does that are like really gruesome. I mean, like, or like when she buries that vampire in cement in the very beginning of the movie. I don't know that I had ever. I mean, maybe that's happened before in a movie, but I was like, oh shit, that's dark.
Yeah.
That's really dark. But yeah, so she's evil. And Jamie Foxx in the beginning of the movie accidentally kills her daughter, which is like somewhat of a spoiler, but whatever. You can't spoil this thing. So
Her very
she's the-
elderly daughter who is an
Yeah.
elderly vampire.
exactly. So it
But not
turns
an
out like she's
elder
super.
vampire. It's very convoluted.
Wait, but she is an elder, no?
No, because she's 90, and they're like, oh, she's so close to elder teeth, which are worth more. There's more teeth stuff. in
Oh
there.
no! Sorry, I
Yeah.
meant the Souza woman. Like the main baddie is an elder though.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that
God,
you were
what a-
really in it trying to figure this out, John.
Well, and they also keep
I just
now.
kept
This is
I
like
just-
How
like,
else will you understand the plot?
I just kept
They-
shrugging my shoulders. I didn't. I mean, like
they
40%
there
of
are
it.
several references to like an even older vampire that like the indication is like it's not her, but I don't know. Whatever. They're setting up day shift too.
They are. Yeah.
Back to the night shift. Back to the night shift.
No, take back the night.
I don't know. And is
Hey,
there
we
any
can't
other parts-
appropriate Take Back the Night.
Is there any other parts of the plot that we want to discuss before we get into
His
this?
wife and kid don't know about vampire stuff. There's like half the population does know and half doesn't know.
He made the decision that he was going to allow his marriage to fail because he didn't want to reveal that he was a vampire hunter, which is something that is like not casually revealed to his wife, but like is revealed to her in like much more dire circumstances, which he could have just told her. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people know about vampires and vampire hunting, presumably.
Well, not it wasn't just revealed that he's a hunter. It's that like vampires are a thing too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's all revealed to her. It's
He was
very
like keeping it safe
yeah.
from her. But meanwhile, like if vampires were real and you knew about them, wouldn't you want to like protect the people you love by like telling them they're real and like I don't know, wear garlic perfume or something? It's
no. He
just-
just
Dang.
put like 20 locks on the door.
yeah, yeah. Meanwhile, there's like a huge plate glass window right next to the door. Did you notice that? He locks the door and then he like leans over and like looks out the window. I was like, I think they're gonna get you. So yeah, Eric, there you go. We
Sure.
solved it.
Sure. Caitlin, what do you think?
I didn't know much about this going in. I keep wanting to call him Jamie Lee Fox. I know that's not right. since he's in horror world, Jamie Lee Foxx. This is like baffling to me. I really did not know what to expect. I'm also not a big action movie fan, like action movies, except for John Wick, which I do really like. But generally, like if I'm putting on a movie for myself, I'll put on horror or a comedy, sci-fi, whatever. So this reads like very straight up action to me, and the choreography for the action is really good. It's just in general not really my thing. The story is really silly. I don't know. I liked some of the hand-to-hand combat sequences, and at first, I liked learning about the vampire lore in this movie. I will say, though, by the end, I was definitely looking at my phone a lot. I don't know if I just, like, I had hit my sort of saturation point of, like, cool action sequence, cool combat. All right, thank you very much, Jamie Lee Foxx, and moved on. But
that was an intentional Jamie Lee Foxx?
Yeah. At this point, I'm not going back. But, I mean, yeah, I thought it was fine. It's not one that I'm going to rewatch ever. I am just really shocked. I know Jamie Foxx comes at a high price tag, which Casey, we had talked about over text, but still, like, and I mean, they had Snoop Dogg. But I don't know, man. It's wild to me that this movie exists.
Christ, I forgot about Snoop.
Yeah.
I have so many Snoop thoughts. Casey, what do you think of this movie?
First of all, I want to say at the top of the show, Eric mentioned about how this movie only made him think of R.A.P.D. And I'm glad he said that, because my first thought about 30 minutes into this, and I opened up our email chain that we didn't really get going for this movie, though, that I called this R.A.P.D. SVU, Special Vampire Unit, because it felt like a secondary NCIS show off the formula, right?
I love that.
Because that's the thing about this movie. We talk about like some of the vampire lore and it's cranked up and whatnot. I'm not knocking the writer. He tried hard. And I think there's a beginning and ending in the middle here and whatnot. I get that. All this lore, you can tell it's cherry picked from different places. There is a whole lot of R.I.P.D. in there as far as the structure of this movie. The whole thing with all the different types of vampires and tribes and stuff has come straight out of Vampire the Masquerade. The different types of vampires and stuff is kind of out of the Left 4 Dead video game with the zombies and whatnot. There's just, whoever wrote this was really into that kind of pop culture with the video games and movies and stuff, and kind of cherry picked what he went out there. That's fine. I'm not knocking him for it. It just seems like it's pretty obvious that's what's going on here. That said, I know I like bad movies. This movie's bad, but it just was not there it was not there at all for the acting and stuff. Where I did enjoy this movie, though, and getting through the end, like Caitlin said, I thought the fight choreography throughout the movie was awesome. That held my attention whenever it came on screen, and I loved seeing the different actors that showed up in weird small parts. That was fun. Otherwise, I've seen a lot worse, but it's definitely a take it like a summer blockbuster tentpole movie that was not at all close.
All right, Johnny boy, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a hot mess on so many levels. So Caitlin, you said, action side, like action is like very firmly in my like comfort food zone, like almost more than horror, honestly. Like I love a good like just fight sequence. I mean, so like The Gray Man I watched, when I was on vacation, just like by myself in bed, just like really enjoyed. And what's funny is like these movies have a lot of the same problems, right? So the scripts are terrible. Like the script here is just so crazy. I mean, Casey's like being probably generous in like, I don't even know what they were trying to do. Like they're cramming so much lore into this thing in a way that's not necessary. And that's where like the comp to Vampires versus the Bronx, where like that movie did it right. Like it's just like, yeah, you remember vampires? Like they can't go out in the day.
You have all the built-in lore you need, and just get out of the way and make a movie. Like instead of packing all this shit in.
At no point does the fact that there are different tribes of vampires have anything to do with this movie.
No.
So, and you can't tell them apart either. The viewer, the people in the movie can all tell them apart. We can't. No,
and it just plot-wise doesn't matter. My suspicion, there's definitely the feeling at the end of this that like they're trying to set it up to be a franchise, right? That's like the goal. He's got like a team, and again, back to like how bad the script was. The character, I think her name's Shannon. They're like, these are like, oh no, Heather. These are like full on spoilers at this point. There's a character that is introduced for like 2 minutes in minute, I don't know, like 50 of this movie, who then joins his team.
Are we talking about
in fighting the vampires.
She was like a familiar, right?
No, she was a vampire.
Yeah.
I missed
the apartment one, the nurse.
The neighbor. Yeah.
I was zoned out at some point and missed how you can be like a half vampire that's not evil.
She did say something about being a familiar at one point.
No, she said I wasn't even a familiar. She just turned because she was cruel or something, and I was like, that sounds great.
But like
I wouldn't do that.
I also missed like how Dave Franco turned and wasn't trying to kill people.
Well, and why was the neighbor diming out Jamie Foxx, but then like immediately joins his team like the second he's like says a nice thing to her, basically? And like, why is she not hungry for human flesh all the time? Like, none of it makes any goddamn sense. But they set this up that like Dave Franco, who gets turned into a vampire, and there's some like the only parts, not the only parts. I'll say some nice things about the fight scenes, and then I have some like real negative criticism. But the Dave Franco sequences, like there's some amusing buddy comedy stuff, like buddy cop stuff between Dave Franco and Jamie Foxx. To me, like it's like lazy to a certain extent.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
He's like, I like cats and turtlenecks, and they're like, boo.
No, but like that's how desperate I was for just like jokes in this. Like on Netflix, it's like action comedy horror, and I was like, when is it funny?
Yeah,
like, but Dave Franco is the only part. At one point when his head gets cut off, and then there's like head falling off jokes, like those. At least I was like,
he was trying.
On the action really quick, and I know I'm all over the place, but that's how this movie is, and it like does it to you. I love the fight scene. The John Wick films are like in my pantheon, and like the fight scenes in this are interesting. The best one is when he brings in the Bazarians or whatever the hell, like they like fight the like nest of zombies, and there's like the two other dudes who are, the one guy is a stunt coordinator or like choreographer who did a bunch of the Wick films and stuff, and then the other guy's just like a regular actor. But that fight sequence is pretty good. The thing that I hated is like, why are all the zombies like super gymnasts? Like they're all like back bending over, like just make them normal humans. I also, why did every time someone got shot by a shotgun, they did like 3 backflips? It was like shotgun blast, 3 backflips.
They all put 2 stat points in athleticism.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was crazy. So I both enjoyed the fight. Yeah, I enjoyed the fight scenes, and I was just like, why are you overdoing?
Here's
like,
my question. Was this based on a comic book?
I don't think so.
I don't think, no.
So to me, what it feels like is like a early 2010s comic book movie. Around the time,
which are movies you used to defend, to be clear.
Fair. But like around the time when Marvel was starting to pop off, and every studio was like, what can we buy and make? That's the world that brought us like R.I.P.D. and shit. And I feel like the way you can spot these kinds of things is this insane mythos that we're talking about. Like, it has a kind of mythos that you're like, this could only be some dumbass shit in a comic book. Like, there's just no way this came from a movie. Apparently, it did come from a movie. But that's what
it's an original.
No, I know, but I'm saying like,
but it's the Russo brothers. So,
but that's just what it.
No. You're getting confused with Gray Man.
That's just what it feels.
Oh, okay.
That's just the vibe it has to me. Like, such oddly overwrought and specific lore and mythos that doesn't actually impact the movie that much. I couldn't deal with this scene where they're in the car and Jamie Foxx is like, tell me what you know about vampires, Dave Franco. And Dave Franco just starts reading off script pages of lore, like from their production meeting or something. And it's like, oh my fucking God. This is like, I think a pretty good, and I say this is such an antiquated notion but this is a pretty good like hungover cable watch. Now, that doesn't help me.
I was upset that I was not.
That doesn't help me as
inebriated when I watched this.
That doesn't help me as a person who hasn't had cable since like 2013, and even then I was getting it for free, so like that's why I had it. So that doesn't even mean anything to me. Like when I say that, I'm hearkening back to like a nostalgia point in my life. Like I could picture myself putting this on while I did the dishes and not watching
Eric,
it.
Hungover Netflix movies are the hungover cable movies of
No,
today.
no. But it's so different when I have to make a choice. Like I used to watch such a greater variety of things and would discover things because they were there right in front of me.
Yeah.
All I do on fucking streaming services is watch shit I've seen 1,000 times. Like I was watching
Yeah,
The Departed today, John. You know how many times I've seen The Departed? Like 4,000.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Perfect example of when you stumble across a movie on cable and it's 5 minutes in, it's not going to kill you to watch it to the end, but to get through that first 5 minutes of a Netflix movie by choice, whole other struggle.
I agree. Yeah, because you have so much choice. You're sitting there like, why would I? There's such a difference between when you'd be flipping around a cable and be like, well, it's either this or like Shawshank Redemption for the 4,000th time. Like, all right, I guess I'll watch this new thing with Jamie Foxx. Like, I just don't. Whatever. That's a whole other rant, I guess. But there's just so many movies that do this same kind of thing, and I agree with John. Like, it's absolutely trying to be a comedy, and it is not. Like, there are some laughs, but they are so few and far between, and there's not even a real like joke density enough to like pull you through it. And I'm a Dave Franco fan. Like I've seen him in stuff. I think he's really funny in like 21 Jump Street, Neighbors. Yeah, like there is a vibe that he's really funny in. He cannot carry this like whole comedic load of this movie basically. Like I kept wondering what this movie would be like with a completely different cast of like more funnier actors. You know what I mean? Like
and like another script.
Yeah, the script would have to change because like Jamie Foxx's jokes are like, "There's no yogurt land in Florida." And it's like, it just doesn't.
Yeah, and he's not an unfunny dude. Like I've seen him be funny and stuff.
He's funny.
So the comedy falling flat is a huge issue for me. It's 2 hours long, which why? And the action was like hit or miss. I think there's some action sequences that are fairly compelling. It's very violent. Mm-hmm. It is dumb in a way.
Of guns.
It's
like a gun.
There's some good like, and I like a good gratuitous movie shotgun, so I was pretty into the flipping and stuff. Where like kept losing me was these two dudes in this middle big action scene where they're like boot knives or some shit. Like
see, I was there for the boot knives.
Stupid.
I was pro that.
I think the finale action is actually pretty great overall. Like when it first pops off when they enter the lair or whatever, and it's like there's just a bunch of people running at them.
Well, hold on. Can we talk about what I would propose is the most outrageous fight moment in the film, which is when Big J, I believe he's called, Big John, Snoop, like does like
flip
several tosses.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was gonna say. So so Snoop Dogg is in this movie. He's not in it a lot, but he comes back.
Got great scenes.
He comes back and he's integral into it. Snoop Dogg is just a funny dude in that. When you hire Snoop Dogg, that's who is the character in your movie. Like you can call him whatever you want. It's fucking Snoop Dogg.
And a cowboy hat.
But also, he is like one of the least mobile people you will ever see in your fucking life. Like, you ever see Snoop Dogg in real life? He looks like he's moving and talking in slow motion. And so they have cast him as one of these like crazy gymnastic, athletic, ass-kicking zombie killers. And there's a scene, it's when you're talking about, John, where they straight cut to a wide shot with a body double who does like a flipping gymnast kick, and it's supposed to be him, and then lands and then cut back to him. Like, it's just silly. I can definitely appreciate it, and he's got a lot of dumb one-liners, but it's just so ridiculous.
That was the best joke of the movie. Come on, man.
So I don't like it. Didn't really grab me that much, but I do think it's light enough and silly enough for like some background action, but that's kind of about as far as I go. I feel like
there's one thing that I really like in movies when they are establishing sort of the lore and sort of how things work in the universe is when there is just like a surprise, bureaucracy of stuff hidden from everyone else, like how in John Wick there's like that syndicate of assassins here, even in Beetlejuice when there's like the afterlife and there's processes and things like that. And I was on board for the syndicate of vampire hunters, but then because we had all these other groups, the union in and of itself, like cool idea, funny, I'm here for it. But when we got into all the others, I was like, oh man, I don't care. Like
honestly, it bothered me how straight of a John John Wick rip that was. That whole like, I mean, like it just
Yeah.
looks the same when they walk. It's all of it. But then also there's a huge plot hole that I feel like negates the whole.
Just one?
Negates the whole. Yes, negates the whole movie. Why couldn't Jamie Foxx have just killed a bunch of vampires, given the teeth to Snoop Dogg to sell, who was in good standing with the union, and just cut him in a little bit? Why wouldn't he have done that?
I'll give you 20%, man. He understands that.
Done.
Well, this is the point. Like, this is sort of like when I was saying the whole premise of like him needing this 10 grand. He kills like 30 vampires in the span of like 10 minutes. So like, you're right. Like whether or not he had to black market them or run them through the union, whatever, like he can get the money. Like clearly he's the best vampire killer is like what the film presupposes.
That was my big struggle with the post-action scenes too, because they made such a deal to talk about these vampire fangs and how it's their power and how much money they're worth, and he wants all this money. Then he goes through and he nukes like 30 vampires in 5 minutes. No talk about going back for their fangs or anything like that. I'd sit there after every
That's
fight.
a good point.
He's leaving thousands of dollars, and that was like the point of all this.
Yeah, he says even at one point, like, I don't burn them because I'm going to get those teeth.
And the whole film hangs on that thing, right? Like even Dave Franco is like sucked into the plot, right? By the fact that he's like, we got to save your family. And it's just, you have to believe that as like a dramatic plot point to care really about the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. You're right. That to me, that's like, well, again, if you can get, there's a lot to get over in this movie. And so I guess that's like the lead, but it's like the plot doesn't itself work, right?
And you know, I will say that I liked the choreography of a lot of these, but do you remember, I don't know if it's 2003 or 2004, the Dawn of the Dead remake? And you know, there's that older lady, the bigger older lady who reanimates and like jumps up, and it's really scary, but they don't use a double for her. I mean, the person playing that character is a man who is an actor, he's a stunt actor, and he's also a bigger dude. And when we had that old lady vampire who was the daughter, ended up being the daughter in the beginning, I was kind of hoping for like, I don't know, it's just so clear. And I know you can chalk it up to campiness intentionally, but it's so clear that is like a 22-year-old that, you know, they switched out at the last minute. And same like Eric was saying for Snoop. And I mean, I don't know, in a different movie, I might chalk it up to camp, but I don't think camp was the intention of this movie.
Yeah, that's the problem. If they would have leaned into gone campy with the humor in this, those things would have accented the movie, I think. I think you're exactly right.
Yeah, and instead they had like, I don't know, they like had very juvenile humor about like, oh, he's a nerd because he likes cats and suits and he peed on himself. And then Jamie Foxx was like, ugh, and like hulked out in front of the mirror and he's like putting super glue on his scar, like, oh. And it's like, what is happening?
You know, I think like it's like a horror action comedy that kind of half-asses every one of those things. And so like you need one of those things to really shine. Like you can do this kind of genre bending, but one of those aspects has to really kick ass.
There's no horror in this. Like literally it's not, I mean, other than there's vampires.
Other than the concrete on the vampire, which was horrific.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, and there's also this whole hodgepodge of different tropes thrown together from whoever wrote this as favorite movies and stuff like that. I mean, even their Jamie Foxx and Dave Franco's boss, the police chief, was 100% Merton Riggs and Joe Pantoliano or whatever from Lethal Weapon.
There's a lot of Lethal Weapon here. It's all like I got vibes. Once not James Franco. Once Dave Franco dies, the whole like that whole shtick there was very like Idle Hands. I felt like with Seth Green, like when he goes zombie fine.
I mean, all good movies. Like if you're gonna rip them
off,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, but they're just kind of shoved in, and it's not smoothed out or
it felt like a clip show. It's like clip show. Wasn't that so funny with Idle Hands, you guys? Wasn't that also so funny in John Wick when they had the secret thing?
No, but Kaylin, I think you're right. Like there was an opportunity to make this campier intentionally, and they definitely. I agree. I don't think there's any. They don't want like. There's moments that are meant to be like goofy. Like some of the vampires are like at one point he's like fighting like the high school football team, and there's like a cheerleader vampire, none of which is like commented on or like even highlighted in any way. It's very strange. But like you could have, I don't know, you could have leaned into that as an actual point of humor other than just being like, what the fuck is going on right now?
They're saving it for the spinoff, baby.
I guess.
Because otherwise it was just one-liners for the most part as far as humor goes.
Here's the other question I had about the world. So I kind of raised this issue of like, why wouldn't you tell your wife if you like want her to be safe from vampires? There's a lot of vampires. Like,
yeah,
lots of people are dying and or disappearing because they're becoming vampires. Like, how would that not be public knowledge?
Jamie Foxx straight slices one through the neck in a parking lot in the middle of the day and just like leaves the body. And I was like, I guess that's okay. Like, no questions.
You know, a joke did make me laugh, like a legit laugh, was the third peeing your pants joke when he was like, did I shit my pants? Like, wait, and he's like, wait, are you sure? Is there anything back there?
I was going to say at the end when he's like, he killed, they like ripped the arms off the big,
I didn't even piss my pants.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, well, vampires don't go to the bathroom. And he's like, gotta let me have it.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know. So are we signing up for Day Shift 2?
No.
No.
No, Eric said. It's just, like, I don't know. Baffling is the only word I have for this. It's just very, I don't know. Someone had a lot of fun with it. Not me, but someone had a lot of fun with it.
$100 million.
Listen, I just always think, like, filmmaking is such a passion thing. I feel like, and, like, when I see something like this, it's just so aggressively mediocre. I'm like, like, the idea that this was somebody's passion depresses me.
Well,
so Eric, like, I gotta get this fucking movie made.
I don't know, so JJ Perry has been like a stunt guy his whole career. And like someone came to him and was like, we want to make a like crazy action stunt vampire movie, and Jamie Foxx is gonna do it. Do you want in? He's gonna be like, fuck yeah, and like I'm gonna direct the shit out of this. Like I think he tried. Like yeah. You know, the action sequences were well choreographed.
That's fine, John. Like, it's 2022. I have a finite amount of time left in my life, and
I'm not defending whether or not it's good. I'm just saying, like, I could see a universe where he was passionate about it, and like, you know,
it's a bummer.
It definitely could have shaved like a good 30 minutes off.
Oh my god! Well, like I said,
Caitlin, would you say if you took 30 minutes off, you might say it would make it a clean 90 minutes, which is what every movie should be.
Yeah. Really good. Do we want to talk about the car chase scene
where she's on like playing Mario Kart? And I kind of like that was cute, like a cute little bit at first. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I got it. That's fine.
I don't know. As a parent, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't know. My kids would have been throwing up because they can't look at screens in the car while the car's moving without throwing up. So.
I just thought, like, I was like, oh, it's fun. She's, like, living it out in real life and doesn't even realize it. But then I was like, all right, that's fine.
But then he, like, escapes through, like, a small tunnel by shooting the tires out on his car. Again, spoiler. Like, why didn't the vampires just, like, back up, like, go around and be like, oh, cool, we caught you now because you literally drove, like, 20 yards. It's not like he went to the other side.
Further because you're on the rims.
I don't know. That was really dumb.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about this movie?
I liked it. I did like the family type wrap ups they tried to do with like Jamie Foxx and his wife and daughter, because there's that one little moment where after his daughter's reaction after everything went down, she's like, I'm gonna be a vampire too. Both him and her mom are both like, no, that's funny in a family movie type of way. It was nothing to redeem the ending necessarily, but it was moments like that. You could see that the effort was there. The
daughter is trying the hardest.
Yes.
Of all of the actors in this movie, I think.
Yes.
Good on her, too.
God bless her.
Yeah, she's bringing it.
Well, Eric, don't worry. I already have your top 10 list up, so.
I think I'm good.
I will say I did enjoy Carla Souza as the vampire baddie in this. She was kind of silly, but I'm familiar with her on Home Economics with Topher Grace, and she's actually pretty hilarious.
The first like 2 times she was on screen, I thought it was Isla Fisher.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out that it was her.
Like her.
I thought she was cool with the concrete thing, and then after that I was like, oh, so she's just like every other. Like, I was like, what is your motivation? Yeah. You want them to worship you like gods again or something? I don't really care.
There was about the halfway point there where she got through all of her supervillain monologue material and kind of repeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Problem solved,
Just
I guess.
kidding. I hate it. Would you recommend this movie, Caitlin?
No.
Casey?
Probably not.
John?
No.
Nay for me as well. Man, I think it's been a while since we had a unanimous no vote. I like it. Join the dark side with me here, people. All right. What's up?
I'm just going to say there's a state of mind that this movie could be enjoyable. But we're not going to condone that.
Yeah, I wasn't in it. I'll tell you that much. All right. Let's take a quick break and do some fan mail.
She was the prom queen, but couldn't handle the heat of the moment. Now she's back, and she's still burning mad. Sometimes bad girls have all the fun. Say hello, Mary Lou. It's prom night 2. Next.
Wop, babaloo, bop, a wop, bam.
Hello, creeps.
It's John Kassir,
The voice of the Crypt Keeper.
and I'm a friend of bloodygoodhorror.com.
Send feedback to info@bloodygoodhorror.com or on Twitter using hashtag AskBGH. Join Patreon to get back episodes and much more. Patreon.com/bloodygoodhorror.
Don't fall asleep, John.
I never do.
All right, we got some fan mail here. We got, very excited for some Schnars Reacts content coming up here, so get excited for that. Caitlin, do you want to take the stage here for a minute and talk to our fans?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just, took on quite a lot. It turns out doing 2 weekly shows is not an easy feat. So
No.
what? Who knew? I thought I could do it all. So I'm going to be relinquishing my permanent seat here and be going to come back as a guest as often as y'all will have me, but I just can't swing the 2 shows a week. I'll be doing Plug It Up every week, and I'll be on BGH as a guest, but I'll be, a little bit more sparse around these parts.
It's almost like you don't consider this your full-time job.
It's almost, well, ask my boss how she feels about it. No,
As much as we pay you to.
I know. I love BGH so much, and this has always been very surreal and a dream come true. And I'll definitely still be around, and I'll be doing Plug It Up content for Bloody Good Horror every week. But huge day for that one guy on Twitter who fucking hates me. So.
If you think you're getting out of Day Shift 2, they have another thing coming.
If you invite anyone but me back for Day Shift 2, I'm gonna be pissed.
If we do Day Shift 2, I'm quitting my own show.
Caitlin can host. Sounds great.
I'll be like, I can do it. I'll take it.
I'm just going to throw out there, I'm not managing your top 10 list.
I know, and I know Schnars is, and I think I'm going to start doing it myself.
I think so.
You have 10 in the list, so unless something like really cool comes
Just
out.
mail it in the rest of the year.
We're done. Wrap it up here, folks.
Yeah.
Well, you will certainly be missed, Caitlin, but we appreciate you coming on and telling people what's up. And, we will definitely have you back on when you're feeling better.
Yeah, I'll be around, and you can always find me, all the places. And Plug It Up is a Bloody Good Horror production, so you can find me there.
All right. Who is ready for a little Schnars Reacts? It just is hitting me in this moment that you're going to get theme music for this segment.
Okay. I mean, I think it's ambitious that you're going to come up with content every week.
Oh, no, I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not
Okay.
pressuring myself every week, but there's certain things that pop out of me, and I'm like, this is going to happen. Here's the deal with Schnars Reacts. Schnars, as many people may know, is not a creature of the internet. You may not. I know barely any people like this who are not like immediate family members. Like, and John works at like an internet company. Like they do podcasting. So like it's, you know. So anyway, I know John has not seen this stuff, or I'm fairly confident that he hasn't. So I'm just going to send you.
I mean, I'm exposed to things on the internet, just to be clear. And like, I like read.
Then you're going to pretend.
The internet.
I'm going to send you 2 photos, and I would just like you to describe what you're seeing in them and just review. Give me a review here. Okay. These are.
Does anyone else know what these are?
These are you guys have seen them. These are preview photos from an upcoming movie.
Oh.
I've seen them.
I don't know.
I just texted you.
Stand by. I'm pulling it up on my computer. Oh, good God. Wait, like.
What do you tell me what you're seeing here?
It's so this is like an Addams Family reboot.
It's called what is it called, Caitlin? Wednesday or something?
Yeah, it's focused on Wednesday. I'm not sure where the title is. But...
Oh, this is not at all where I thought you were going.
Oh, I'm going there too. We have this is a 2-part segment.
The only one I recognize is the dad.
Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second.
I love.
Zoom in.
Luis Guzman is like
back it up.
Back it up.
So that can you zoom in on those faces and tell me you don't recognize those other people?
You sure do, bud. I promise.
You know Morticia.
I mean.
And Wednesday we've reviewed in at least like 4 movies this year.
Yeah.
Oh, is it it's? Wow, hold on.
I love this. Do you need your bifocals, Grandpa?
Is Wednesday's the young lady who's in Scream and then
X.
What's
her name? What's her name, John?
Good Lord. She was already like pretty young looking, and then they like in this Wednesday getup, it's like she looks like she's 10.
Yeah.
Okay, no one tell Schnars. No one tell us say anything. Schnars, who is Morticia in this picture? I didn't know. I had to read it. I couldn't figure it out.
I mean, like. I actually don't know. Like I would just
think of
guessing.
Like she is like,
you know,
arguably, well, she's actually not Latino. I'm just gonna say that. I just realized she's not.
Yeah. You know her famous husband too.
She was like one of the biggest actresses in like the late 90s.
Can we tell him how many names are in her name?
She has 3 names.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was she was married to Clooney or was like with Clooney at one point?
No.
No.
John.
I
mean, I didn't know either. I had to read it. It's pretty wild.
She's got part of the Greek alphabet in her name.
I like that. That's good.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Come
good.
on.
That's
Just
good.
tell me. I'm not going to guess.
John,
That's
that
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
that is Catherine
right,
Zeta-Jones.
That's who I was thinking of. Wait, who was she married
Sure.
to? Not,
Michael Douglas.
No. Oh, yeah. She was in some movie with Clooney that was like a rom-com, like
Yeah.
Fuck. That I saw in the theater. That's what I was thinking of.
I love this.
Yeah, wow. What has she been doing?
I don't know, John.
Chilling.
She's actually she was in something on TV not too long ago. I can't place it off the top of my head though.
I don't know. This is like, guys,
So,
what the fuck?
John, if you had to guess a part of this picture that was causing like kerfluffle online.
Is this directed by Rob Zombie? Like, what is happening?
Guess who the director is?
Oh, wait.
Bizarro Rob Zombie.
I think I may have heard it. Is it somebody like Sam Raimi or something?
It is Tim Burton is directing this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did hear about this. I did. Yeah, that I
it's just so funny to me that both of these projects are happening. Like, what the hell's wrong with Hollywood? Like, really, we got to do both of these fucking properties in the same year, and found some weirdo.
Like, I didn't have any good ideas. Like, so like, let's do a fucking Addams Family movie. 2 animated Addams Family movies have been out in the last 3 years. Like, what the fuck? Who cares?
I want Tim Burton to just enjoy his fortune and not touch this.
So the hubbub about this photo, John. Well, my hubbub anyway. I understand that this hair is.
Eric's head.
I understand that this Luis Guzman hair is cartoon accurate, but it's the dumbest looking wig I've ever seen in my life, and I hate it. I love Luis Guzman. He's a funny dude. I get the casting, but I can't. All I can look at is his hair.
He's great. I mean, I might watch this just for him. So
there's a lot of the normie reaction to the photo has been like, "Ew, he's ugly," and I've been like, "I will fucking fight you on behalf of Luis Guzman. I love him."
Well,
and that's the whole thing. Like, Gomez is supposed to kind of be, just like infatuated with his wife and kind of a dopey looking dude, but I I don't know. The normie reaction has been like mean spirited, I feel like, whereas horror fan reaction has been like, well, Tim Burton's doing Tim Burton shit. We love Luis Guzman. Who knows how this will turn out? So,
all right, John.
Plus, Luis Guzman is a esteemed alumni of Greendale Community College.
John, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you one more thing.
Community.
Okay. This is a YouTube video. It's like it's a promo video for a thing, so I think we're fine. You can kind of hold it up so you could hear it, like in the mic. I just want a cold reaction to this.
Well, you want me to watch it in my?
Or actually, before you click on it, why don't you read the title that just popped up in your?
No, like I don't need to watch this.
Read the title.
It's "I Got You, Babe" from Rob Zombie's The Munsters. Like what?
John, it's coming out.
Does Sherry Moon
John,
sing?
Get excited because I pre-ordered it, and this is what your Christmas present is going to be.
But yeah. Holy shit.
Just wait.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of this. That is really bad. Oh
I had not seen that. What? This is a teaser for the Monsters?
No,
this is.
They're releasing a vinyl of like a bunch of songs in, like, with the movie, and one of them is like Sherry Moon Zombie, and somebody's singing "I Got You, Babe." I guess
as the Monsters.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lily and Herman.
All right.
And there is a scene in the trailer where it shows Herman on stage, so I'm assuming it's coming somewhere out in the story. But they saw on the site there was another record coming out from the show too, from whoever Dr. Zombo is. That's one of the characters that he's made up.
Cool name.
Where did you get the idea?
Cool name, Dr. Zombo. I like it. Hey John, welcome to the internet, buddy. It's a fucking hellscape. Enjoy.
I mean,
this is now my new favorite segment, and it's never going away.
Oh my god, I'm here for it. Like, this is good. This is education for me.
I love it.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna make you hip with the kids again, John.
Yeah.
When does it come out? The old Monsters stuff.
Too soon. John or Casey, what's on Twitter?
We do not have any tweets to this week, Eric.
You guys want to hear something really funny? When I typed out the title for our live stream, it says BGH Reviews Day Shit Live.
Oh my god.
Isn't that someone called it that in the email? Who was it?
No, that was me.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Jody, for the heads up. That's fucking hilarious. I love it. All right, to Instagram we go. Do you know what Instagram is, John?
Yes.
You should. It's basically for old people.
My wife, I don't know if I've told you, maybe I've said this on the show, Suzanne. So like I've been off Instagram for whatever, like 2-3 years. And like she still sends things to my account, which
that's
she
adorable.
then like pulls up and like shows to me. And like it's like a daily thing where she's like, here's the stuff I sent you today on Instagram. And I'm like, do I have to look at it? Like
yes,
it's like it's a
Is yours
thing.
deactivated? I guess
it's
not.
no, it's an active account. Like you can go look at it. I mean,
she could text it to you. This is like I've been for like a year now texting Mark TikToks, and he finally decided to join it, and he's been like giving me. It's been fun watching him discover TikTok. His is decided.
Feels good,
Mark's algorithm is decidedly more wholesome than mine, but that's probably not shocking to anyone. All right, good questions tonight. First up, what's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, florist. I fucking hated working on a florist.
Florist, wow.
They were so mean. They had me spray paint. There's like special spray paint for flowers because people would be like, I want peacock blue for my flowers. And we're like, okay, well, flowers grow blue. And they're like, no. It must match this. And they would send me out into the heat and spray paint hydrangeas. God, that job sucked.
Yikes.
I had a summer, a friend and I decided we were going to become rich in like probably a summer before our freshman year of high school, picking blueberries. We lasted about 45 minutes.
I was going to say.
Notably lucrative.
I'm just going to go ahead and say every job I've ever had because jobs are dumb. Why would you want them? They're stupid.
I don't know that I've like truly hated any job. My like last job before the job I have now it got pretty grim for lots of reasons.
If I've ever hated a job, it's largely been because of the like people that I have to be around as a result of it. I can do most things, mindless things, fine, as long as people are not up in my grill. There you
go.
There. Favorite horror or true crime documentary?
Oh, there's so many good true crime documentaries out.
Yeah.
I got really into, I guess this is kind of, I don't know. You know, The Staircase, the guy down in Durham. What's his name?
The doctor. I forget.
I'm thinking the writer.
I thought he was a doctor, but in any event.
Anyway, so there was that Staircase documentary, and then they did that fictional, like, you know, Toni Collette and Colin Firth, and it was really good. That got me back into that.
You went back and rewatched the doc?
I was like, let's go. Let's do both, doc and fictionalized one.
Yeah.
That Keep Sweet and Pray is supposed to be. I saw it. It's
I've had someone telling me to watch that.
I saw that promo. That's like, those religious ones are a particular lane that's like, it's a step too depressing for me, even me, that I'm just like, this is so dystopian, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, child pregnancy scares you. You might know.
Yeah, no, I did just. Casey, did you watch that doc I was telling you about? There's a doc out about Manti Te'o.
Yeah, but it is on my list.
Manti Te'o, who's the Notre Dame football player who got catfished and basically got found out because the catfish pretended to die, and then he started talking about it on like national TV and was raising money in her memory, and then people started looking into it and was like, this person literally doesn't exist. He didn't know. He had no idea.
That's sad.
The Deadspin article is how he found out that he had been catfished.
Oh, fuck.
It's an amazing.
And he went on to the NFL for a couple of years after that too.
It's very bare bones documentary. It's just interviews and archival footage, but it is like riveting, especially if you remember that story dropping.
They're doing a series. Like I think it's like the first of like several docs that are going to be in that. Ooh. I think that
so that one was pretty good, and it's not exactly the same, but it's not exactly the same, but I did watch. Netflix now has like another Woodstock 99 documentary. Someone else did another one, Hulu or HBO.
The Ringer did one, with.
But this Netflix one is even better. Like the first one was great. This Netflix one has so much more like killer behind the scenes footage.
Are you considering this horror or true crime?
Neither. I'm just saying documentary.
That was the question.
It is both horrific and crimes were committed.
Now it's just like Eric's talking about stuff he likes that he watched recently.
If you're really in the mood to get super upset, the Chris Watts documentary, which is all like real-time footage from body cams from the police and interrogation footage. He's the guy that killed his wife and 2 kids a couple years ago. And there's a documentary on Netflix, and it's like unfolding in real time with body cam footage, and it's really fucking depressing.
Definitely not gonna.
May he rot in hell forever.
Yeah, definitely not doing that.
Yeah, not gonna watch that.
Why not, guys?
I'll go with the smart ass answer and say murders in the building. Or only murders in the building. It's about a true crime podcast, but it's a great show. So, and the second season's heating up.
Yeah, I don't have a good doc. I mean, the only doc I've watched recently, it was what's his name? Rodney Asher's new doc that's on, I think, Hulu, called Glitch in the Matrix. That's all about people who believe in simulation hypothesis. Like the idea that we're like living in a simulation. It's pretty wild. He's the guy who did The Nightmare, which is a pretty, I mean, if you want to talk about like horror docs, like that's like a doc that is a horror movie too. It is pretty wild.
The Nightmare?
Yeah, The Nightmare. We did that on the pod. Eric could have been interviewed for it. I think he's still jealous that he wasn't involved.
The Nightmare's okay. It's no, I mean, it's did somebody say Room 237? That thing is just,
well, it's the same, that's the same director. Yeah.
That thing's a masterpiece. Man, I've watched Room 237 so many times. It's so good. What's the latest you are capable of sleeping in on a weekend these days?
8:30.
Well,
maybe 9. If I was up super late drinking, I could probably make it to like 9.
So obviously, like for those of us with kids, it's like the kids would have to not be here. But like,
yeah.
I've had
I was assuming that was like.
I've had a few days like I couldn't sleep in forever, but then I don't know, just like health crap, and I might stay up way late. Like I had a couple days where I hit noon, like over the spring, which is crazy for me. And then I wake up and I've like missed a meal, and that's not good for a gremlin.
I range anywhere between 9:30 and 10:30 in the morning usually.
I don't have kids, so I feel like bad commenting on this.
No, listen.
I like to sleep in when I can.
Oh hell, my kid gets up earlier than I do now, even during the week. She goes to work at like 5, so she meets me on the weekends even.
All right. This is an interesting one. What job shift / work schedule do you prefer? Say 4 days, 10 out, 4 10-hour days is what I'm trying to say. Second shift, Sunday through Thursday, etc. Who wants to work Sunday? This is my ideal working shift. I laid this out. My ideal working shift is I start work about 10 a.m. I work till noon. I then lunch and nap until 3. And then I work from 3 to 5. And then I'm out and my phone's off.
That sounds great.
I guarantee you I can do the same amount of work that I will do if you make me work there for 8 hours.
I like that.
Yeah, it's hard to say nowadays too, because I'm in that work from home world now too, so it's completely different. I've kind of adjusted to being on during the day when I have my meetings and just kind of getting stuff done whenever, evenings, weekends, and whatnot, when I sit down to do it to some extent too.
Yeah, my work meeting schedule varies so much, and I'm out in the field in such an erratic way that I don't know. Some people are like, "Oh, I get my work done in the morning, or I get most of my stuff done after lunch," and I'm just sort of like, "I do it when I can." Like I don't know.
Well, that's my situation. But I'm most productive in the morning. Like if I was like you can only work like 4 hours a day, I'd have to work from like 8 to noon. That's my window to be most productive. But
anymore, I've reached the point in my career at my current company where I can only get actual work done in the afternoon because the morning's all meetings.
Yeah,
that's
my afternoon's mostly meetings too. So, for better or worse.
All right. Would you watch a sequel? I feel like we kind of already answered that. No.
I'm pretty sure Caitlin is excited, but otherwise.
I'm saying if there is one, I'm gonna be really
give me a
hurt.
bottle of bourbon, and I'll probably be there for it.
Next up, his question is, "What's your favorite gory vampire movie?" But why don't we just say, "What's your favorite vampire movie in general?"
I love vampire movies. So Byzantium is really cool.
Ooh, Byzantium's a really
I
good
love Underworld. Underworld was a big one for me.
It's a toss up.
Like, it was like, already like highfalutin vampire movie or Underworld.
I also like Twilight, John. Like,
I'm here
for all the vampires.
I would say my number one no contest is Bram Stoker's Dracula by Coppola, and my number 2 would be Interview with a Vampire. Those 90s ones, I feel like, is where it's at.
Yeah, you have a very specific look.
Yeah.
Mine would be Let the Right One In, which apparently they are making into a series.
I saw that. I don't know how I feel about that.
I did not see that.
I'm not crazy. I mean, I guess like whatever. It doesn't like hurt the movie that exists, but I'm just like, I don't know, whatever.
I know, but we've already seen it remade. That's the challenging part.
John, I thought you would have said A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
No.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's fine. I don't know.
It's no Underworld. Let's be real.
I mean, Near Dark, I really like. I don't know. I'd have to there's definitely others I'd come up with.
We did Near Dark in
John
the show,
Carpenter's Vampires.
Didn't we do Near Dark last year?
I'm kidding. That movie's terrible.
Yeah.
Does it have James Woods in it? Is that what the one?
It does have James Woods in it.
Yeah. It's real bad. That's like bad Carpenter.
I don't
know what he was doing.
Like, I'm here for vampire stuff. Not this movie, but other vampire stuff.
Near Dark's always long been my favorite, but I got to tell you, What We Do in the Shadows introduced me to vampire comedy, and I am 100% there for it.
The other one that's getting remade that is amazing, and I mean, doesn't need to be remade, but I'm fine with it. Blade.
Yeah.
Oh, Blade's getting remade?
I celebrate I think Mahershala Ali is going to be the new Blade.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm interested.
Straight up Oscar-winning actors playing Blade now. I mean,
exactly.
He's no Wesley Snipes, sorry, just to be clear. But
Blade 3 kind of helped us. It brought us Ryan Reynolds too, so maybe we'll get a new Ryan Reynolds out of the Blade remake.
Maybe. I was reading some like insane stories about Wesley Snipes in the set of that movie. Apparently, he was like unbelievably like pain in the ass to work with on that movie.
Like Wesley Snipes is insane.
Right.
He, like so I would be shocked if there were stories about how Wesley Snipes was like cool and like friendly to like the staff on set. Like I don't know. But
all right.
Yeah.
Last question of the evening, ladies and gents. A real thinker. Best Snoop Dogg movie. This one?
Yeah, I mean, like,
what else is he? I mean, How High or like?
Hold on, I'm gonna have to look because I want to give a good answer.
Was he in Soul Plane?
Yeah, I mean, how could he have? How could he have not?
Yes.
How could he have not been in Soul Plane? I've never seen that.
We didn't
I haven't
talk
seen
about
it in a long time, but it's and I was inebriated. Let's say when we. But
we didn't talk about it during the main part of the show, but the final gag of the movie, the Snoop Dogg gag, was probably my favorite for the movie. Watching him crawl out of the manhole because I completely forgot about it.
That was cute. I'll go Half Baked.
Oh, he's in that for like.
Hey, I'm counting it. He's in the Addams Family animated ones.
Yeah, he's cousin It, which like that doesn't count either.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Half Baked.
Yeah, all right. I would also go with that too, but
yeah,
I'll stick with Soul Plane.
I liked him on Trailer Park Boys, but it wasn't a movie. He's on one
There
end.
you go, Eric.
I love it. I don't.
Eric, did you tell the good people of Bloody Good Horror about your new tattoo?
Oh, I did. Yeah. Well, I mean, people. I got a Midsummer tattoo on my arm. It's pretty cool.
I love it.
It's a lot of fun trying to heal a tattoo with several autoimmune disorders. I will say that.
This is the best.
It was.
I'm healing some piercings with it.
It was a thing I considered going into, but it's definitely like it's been a special experience that I'm gonna have to do sparingly. Like all things aside, I would want a lot more, but I'm gonna have to be judicious about when and where I do it. So it's fun, John.
When you say where, you mean where on your body?
Yes. Yeah.
Do they heal differently in different areas? I guess that's a dumb question.
No, it's because like when you have autoimmune, your immune system basically is always ready to just like attack your body. So when you put something foreign like this into it, it's just been freaking out for like weeks at this point. So
yeah,
I heard
there's apparently
face
a special.
tattoos are great. They heal the fastest.
Face tattoos.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look into that. It sounds cool.
Yeah. Okay.
There's apparently a special ink you can get for autoimmune.
Interesting.
Folks.
Hey, when you get a forehead our size, we could make some money, at least in that.
Oh baby, why you think I got bangs, baby?
Forehead crew. John's got a little forehead. I mean, we all kind of have some forehead action. I like it.
Real estate.
All right, everyone, that's gonna do it. Next week we are doing what is it? It's coming. Oh, Orphan prequel next week.
It is a prequel. You're right.
Yep.
Oh, it's a prequel, John, where they digitally de-age the actress who's now in her 20s.
Wait, I thought they weren't gonna do it.
I thought they did.
Oh shit.
Well, she was way older than her character in the first one, anyway. So why not de-age her?
She was 12.
She wasn't.
No, she was 12.
Yeah, she was.
She was like a teenager.
She was 12
I
when
thought
they
she
shot
was
the
older
first
than
one.
that. Or was that just the character that was older?
The article I saw said 12, and then I swear I saw a headline that was like how they used digital technology to like de-age her for the movie.
I got into this at work because we were talking about this trailer when it came out, and someone was like, "Yeah, wasn't it really creepy that she was like 12 and she has that like scene where she's like seducing the dad?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, well, she was older, so it was like totally fine." And they were like, "No, she wasn't older.
Right.
That's the point."
Listen, so you'll plug it up on it if you will.
Oh yeah.
It's like some 70s shit. That's some shit that would happen in the 70s. Nobody would have blinked an eye.
I mean, presumably they like handled it appropriately on set.
I'm sure they did.
This is,
Presumably.
We would have heard about it.
Peter Sarsgaard. It's not a Skarsgård, but Sarsgaard. That one.
Yeah. They're all legit.
Oh yeah.
And Vera Farmiga's in the new one, right?
Oh.
Julia Stiles.
Oh,
Vera
was Vera Farmiga's in the first?
Was she in the first one? Wow.
Yeah. Julia Stiles.
She was the mom.
I didn't even remember that. Crazy. All right, everyone. Well, that's what we're doing next week. So tune in. Kaylin, where should people, if they want to keep up with what you're doing, where can they follow you on social?
Plug It Up Pod on Instagram and Twitter, and you can always find me there.
Love it. Well, the three old men here are going to keep going, and we're going to keep rotating some guests in, including Caitlin in the future. So stay tuned. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for BGH. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.